So, because like I said, I do want to get this game, you know, and I'm not super adamant about getting it like everyone else is, but I am going to be playing it with my cousin and my sister when it does drop. And we have to wait all the way until next year to get it, which I'm totally fine with. That just only means more time. And it's going to take place in Vice City, which I love Vice City. I absolutely dig it.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Seriously, dude, you got some time on your hands. I got some properties with paying tenants.
Oh, that's why you came by?
Just go get me my checks.
See you, Brian. Love you, Jason.
Of course.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I think
Jason Duval.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Of course.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You make me news, isn't it? Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shots, baby!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this, we're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full effect? And they got your name, address, they got everything.
Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Like, brat, brat, brat!
You and me, Lou. We got this.
We got it.
Say Vice City, baby! Vice City, baby!
Come to Fields Ammunition today. We got more guns.
Ammunition. It's always awesome to see ammunition.
Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
Are you 1,000% sure that that was exactly what the game looks like on PS5? It looked great. Don't get it twisted. Like, the whole game looks pretty damn real. And I can literally, to Ace's point, it's very Bonnie and Clyde. I can literally tell that Jason and Lucia are like, they're basically Bonnie and Clyde. It's literally like the modern day or Rockstar's spin on Bonnie and Clyde. You have like, you know, a couple who are basically outlaws, and they're like, they got their own thing going. I'm saying, it's I'm calling it now that one of them dies. I kind of see that. I definitely see that coming. I don't exactly know who's going to be the one to die. I kind of almost am leaning towards Jason. I feel like Lucia might actually have another chance at life. That's just me. I think Lucia might be the one to live. I think Jason might end up being the one who could potentially die, you know, provided that the game doesn't give you an option to leave both of them alive, but, you know, I don't know. The game's not even going to be out for a whole nother year, but, you know, so something's gonna happen. You gotta. It's like, if there's one thing that I've always respected Grand Theft Auto for, beyond just the, you know, open world landscape and how alive its environments are, it's the fact that it's got good storytelling and character development and stuff. Something that you know, you already know I'm very big on that kind of shit. So you know, that's the one thing that I always give Grand Theft Auto credit for, is telling good stories and stuff. You know, if there's any reason how come I don't hold Grand Theft Auto in a higher regard like most people, it's literally just a preference thing, not because I think not because I think Grand Theft Auto is like terrible or anything. I'm just more into like the fantasy games, but respect is given where it's deserved, you know, and it goes without saying, but Grand Theft Auto is single-handedly the highest grossing video game franchise in video game history, and there's many reasons for that. One, I cannot explain it like within 5 seconds, because that's the equivalent of trying to explain quantum physics in 5 minutes. That's impossible. All you need to know is that Grand Theft Auto is one of those series where you say the name in front of anyone who's even if they're not gamers, right? You say Grand Theft Auto, automatically people know exactly what you're talking about. Grand Theft Auto just has that kind of regard where even if you're not a gamer, you know, people still like get into it, or they at the very least they know exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that they're bringing it back to Vice City is something I will wholeheartedly admit I'm all in on, because if there's one thing that I've always loved about Grand Theft Auto as far as the setting is concerned, is that mostly Vice City was my favorite. And the only reason why is because one of my favorite movies of all time is Scarface, which Grand Theft Auto Vice City took heavy inspiration from. And then, hilariously enough, Scarface ended up getting a game that was basically a sequel to the movie in an alternate timeline where Tony Montana survived his last stand. So the fact that they're bringing it back to Vice City is something I can say I'm very much all in on. And clearly they got a good thing going here. They really do. But I've also heard stuff about this game supposedly being woke or something, which I really hope to God that that's not true. All I'm going to say is keep the goddamn politics out of my video game, please. As long as that shit is not in Grand Theft Auto 6, I can literally approach it with an open mind. I already am approaching this game with an open mind, because it's like we haven't seen a brand new Grand Theft Auto game in literally 12 years. By the time this game comes out, it'll be the first Grand Theft Auto game in 13 years. You know what I'm saying? Which is a huge time gap. And the reason for that was because Grand Theft Auto 5 was so damn successful that Rockstar kept supporting it for all those years and releasing it in different generations of platforms, such as PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3, and then PlayStation 4, and then PlayStation 5. You know what I'm saying? I was in 3rd grade when GTA 5 came out. I was still in high school when Grand Theft Auto 5 dropped. I was 14 when that game dropped. So it's like it's been a long time, you know. It's been a long time, and it's amazing that, you know, after all these years, Rockstar finally said, you know what, let's give the fans what they want. Let's give them a brand new Grand Theft Auto game, which, you know, and it's like, you know, why wouldn't you? Because it's like even then, it's like you're going to sell the same amount of numbers that you did with 5. Probably even more numbers, arguably. You know, as far as what the game is going to be priced when it comes out, I have no clue. But what I will say is that if it does end up being $100 at launch, all I'm gonna say is, are you aware of the technology that's being used nowadays for video games? And on top of that, do you have any idea how much money Rockstar spends making a game like Grand Theft Auto? Grand Theft Auto is one of those games where the budget is so incredibly high that the fact that they are selling as much is a fucking miracle. You know what I'm saying? Because they spend... In fact, I think Grand Theft Auto 5 was single-handedly the most expensive game ever made. Like, the budget was $1 billion. This was probably even higher. So it's like, if they do end up making it $100... First of all, there's clearly going to be a plethora of content in this game, but also it's a way for Rockstar to break even from his budget and everything. They're obviously going to go way, way above it. Like, let's be real. This game is literally going to single-handedly be the biggest media launch in history, in the same way that Grand Theft Auto 5 was. So it's like, because it's Grand Theft Auto. Like, come on now. It's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. That being said, I don't know for sure if I will be pre-ordering this game, but I will say that I do want to grab this game, and then hopefully me and my cousin, we're thinking of like, because me and him are both going to be getting this game, and that actually to tell you the truth, that's the number one reason why I'm getting it in the first place, because my cousin and my sister are getting it, which that just only means that's another game that we can play together, because it's obviously going to have GTA Online. But, you know, at the same time, I also want to enjoy the single-player campaign. I want to know how good the story is. Like, how is Jason and Lucia as characters? Like, are they characters who I'm going to care about? Or is it the opposite? It's probably going to be the former, honestly, because, you know, if there's one thing that Grand Theft Auto has always done very well, is turn these criminals into very likable characters, because you understand where they're coming from, and you know, the more you get to know them, the more you get to understand how they are, and that's what you know, and that's what makes them good characters, and that's what makes us care about them. Like, say for example, Claude or Tommy Vercetti, you know, CJ, he's considered the best protagonist in this franchise's history, alongside Nico Bellic. You know, you have Nico Bellic. And then, of course, you have Franklin, Trevor, and Michael. These are all, like, very, you know, memorable characters and stuff. And I think we could see the same thing for Jason and Lucia. At least that's what I would hope. So, yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out next year. Definitely going to be looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who are probably a bit upset that the game's getting delayed. Me, personally, I'm actually glad that Rockstar is delaying it, because that just only means that it'll guarantee that the game will have a smooth launch and everything, and it's not going to overshadow many of the games that's coming out this year on top of that. So I'm actually glad, you know? Very, very glad.